welcome to the second game of the evening. Up this time is Creatures of Ava. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action-adventure creature saver game. Understand and tame the creatures of Ava, and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems, all in the hopes of saving the planet from a life-consuming infection. So, Pokemon?
Not too far off, actually. Gulux, do you remember the thing in the new Scarlet and Violet games that lets you, like, transform into a Pokemon in the DLC? I forget what it's called.
It doesn't let you turn into it, but it lets you,
kind of play as one.
Yeah, right along inside their heads, yes.
Yeah, do you remember what that's called?
I want to say it's Synchro or something.
Yeah, it's basically that, where you use your flute to kind of tame the creatures, and then you can kind of control them to get rid of an obstacle. I do not believe there is, like, actual creature-on-creature combat like Pokemon. But so the creatures will kind of swing at you, like in Legends Arceus.
Yeah, the item is the Synchro Machine.
Yes. So yeah, you can use your flute to make animals trust you. When you pull your flute out in front of an animal, they will give, like, a musical thing you can do, kind of like Simon Says. And then they'll just kind of follow you around, and then there are teleporters in various areas you can bring the animal to and teleport them off the island. Or not the island, the planet. And yeah, that's kind of your... There's also some, like, major quest where the, like, sentient life on the planet is... Some of them don't really feel the, like, infection thing is that big of a deal and don't see why you're trying to get people off the planet. Because, you know, people do be like that sometimes. As far as gameplay goes, it's your, you know, typical, like, 3D game like this. There isn't much in the way of true combat. There is a staff you can use to, like, shoot a beam at infected creatures to make the infection go away, and they will immediately like you. But that's so far the closest to combat I've been. You can't kill any of the creatures or knock them out per se. You're purely on basically a rescue mission. There is a kind of, like, background narrative of your main character, Vic. Her parents died in a spaceship explosion, or at least who I assume are her parents. And she's kind of still haunted by that because, you know, how would you not be when your parents blew up in front of you as they were shoving you out an escape pod? Or into an escape pod? As far as music goes, honestly, there isn't a whole lot, and what was there kind of put me to sleep a little bit. I ended up having to put in my own music, just, you know, because reasons, of course.
Relaxing soundtrack can be good, but there are limits.
Yes, indeed. And, there's also crafting in the game. You can craft healing potions, power-ups, you know. Obviously no weapons, because, duh. There are, looks like 3 levels of healing, boosters, like a temporary health boost, stamina, antidotes, because I would imagine the animals have some of them could have a poisonous agent on them. And then probably ways to immunize against the infectious disease thing. I wonder when development for this started.
It's a mystery for the ages.
Yeah. The world may never know. But yeah. You have quests you're sent on by the local inhabitants. Do the quests, it unlocks more areas. Going to more areas lets you save more creatures. And then I don't know, like, obviously I would imagine there's a way where you can either get everyone off the planet and escape the rot or cure the rot. I have no idea. I wasn't able to get that far. You can also you have a camera, so you can take pictures of the local wildlife, Pokemon Snap style. You get points and stuff added to your bestiary. And, you know, as it goes. I don't know if you can actually swim, but there also hasn't been, like, deep enough water they would let me go into to actually try it. Oh, that's more. There are, I guess, higher level infection things that I can't mess with my current staff. You do get other powers your staff can do. Like, for instance, right now I can make make certain objects levitate. They're like pieces of floor that can be levitated up, and you can stand on those pieces for puzzle reasons. Yeah, I think that's just about it. And I guess if anyone was wondering, the like sentient race on the planet is actually genderless, so kinda nice that they kind of include, try and normalize the they them pronoun and whatnot. Because we know a lot of places that don't. But yeah, any other questions or comments or concerns?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Sorry I didn't find any of the creatures. I forgot to play a little more and see if I can get near any. Let me see if I can find some real quick. This is what happens when you lose track of time. I will say that one of the things I don't like about the flute game is it's very particular about your timing. I wish there was like an accessibility feature to make that less of a problem for those of us who are not as musically gifted. Ah, here's a duder. Unless he is already domesticated. Oh yes. So you can kind of see. And then because I did it right, he will follow me. Oh, because the birds. Yeah, it is also very fiddly using this with a joystick. It's worse trying to do it with a keyboard. God damn it. And then I can take control of them with the left trigger. And now I am one of these dudes, the Karaja, and they can bite. So I can chew through like ropes and stuff to make bridges fall down. Or I can disconnect and turn into one of the birds and kind of scope things out, or, you know, attack things that I can't reach with the other dude. If you get too far away, the creature will just come back. And then over here we have some of the withered creatures, where they are actually hostile and will try and hurt me. You can, like, chain together some of the creatures, and now you can see they all like me. So I can pull out my flute, and everyone follows me around. I don't know if there's a cap on how many creatures I can bring with me. As you can kind of see, there are 5 or 6 here with me. 6, and that's not a problem. I don't know if that's like my cap right now, or if it's one of those things I can upgrade that later. And then I just bring them to this teleporter thing, and they are off the world. Onto the arc, like there's a planetary arc you have kind of parked just outside the atmosphere type situation. And yeah, I think that's it. The game is fine. I wouldn't say it's like one of the best of these I've ever played, but I kind of wish Pokemon would take some cues from something like this and give us something a little different, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you're looking for something, I guess, different in the monster air quotes collecting genre, it might be worth to give it a look. What are we looking at price wise, Adam?
$24.99.
There could be some fun here. It's not fully voice acted, but the voice acting I did come across is not bad. But it's obviously not. They didn't pull out AAA, star-studded, but it's definitely not bad. And I think that's it for me, unless you guys have any other questions, comments, or concerns.
I will note that there is a bit of DLC attached to this. Nothing that you'd expect, like anything for the creatures. It's backpack trinkets.
That, yes. And there's also... Yeah, just the backpack trinkets. Since I don't think they really do anything, I guess if you want to support the devs... But yeah, I'm not...
That actually depends on the trinket set, because there's the deluxe backpack trinket set, and there's the WDC charity backpack trinket set. So there's one for charity here as well.
Ah, yes.
Like, also, there's a DLC pack for the art and original soundtrack, should you want that.
Yeah. Yeah, the soundtrack is... I wouldn't listen to it outside of the game, but that's just a personal preference.
I mean, the bundle is $3.99, so it's not like it's breaking any sort of banks here.
Yeah, I guess if you want some new relaxing meditation music, sure. But if you're looking for something like an everyday jam, probably not worth getting the soundtrack.
Anyway, so I think that'll about do it for Creatures of Ava here. Be sure to tune in after the break as the Galax reviews Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit.